Hello, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Saturday. I'm Bobbi Rowntree Born Medium, and this is my lovely friend Sue Delaney, who is.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself, Sue. And you don't have to worry, I'm watching you.
I would love to do that. Uh, yeah, thanks for having me, Bobbi. I'm excited to be here today with you. It's always so much fun.
It is always so
Uh,
much.
yeah, it is. I am a trans channel. I am a intuitive. I am a spiritual mentor, and my channeling is I'm a channel of the United Souls of Heaven and Earth, who are a collective of we're 2,500, they've told us, non-physical, wise and loving ascended masters. And yeah, I've been a voice for them for, gosh, over 20 years now. So it's certainly shifted. I wasn't always trans. I wasn't always going into trance and just channeling. It was different iterations, but at one point I did some automatic writing for a really long time before I moved into being able to use my voice. But so that's who I am. That's what I've done. I've played in metaphysics for a long time.
It's interesting. Okay, so I didn't realize it was 20 years. But also, would you say that okay, so did you automatic write like a reading sort of thing? Or was your automatic writing kind of like the way your United Souls comes in and that it's like an all-seeing, all-knowing, prophesizing sort of situation?
I think it was a little bit of both because I would, sort of connect in and then close my eyes and write. And how I knew, I guess, I don't even know if I would have my eyes open. How I knew where to turn the page, I don't even remember that. But what I do know is at the end of it, I wouldn't remember what I had written. And often I didn't, if I didn't have time to go back and read it, often it wouldn't be till the next day. And I would go back and the messages would be not only, most of them were for me at the time very personal because guides were trying to help me along.
Yeah.
But in terms of what was going on globally or whatever, they were there were a lot of universal messages. There were a lot of sort of just like, how to live a good life, how to live your best life, those kinds of things, how to become the best version of you, how to set aside all of those things I carried for so long, all of the traumas and dramas, like how to move through all that stuff, right?
Traumas and dramas. I like that, actually.
Yeah, we all carry them, don't we?
Traumas, dramas, and llamas. That's all I got.
Maybe that's it.
That rhymes with that. Okay, that's so because yeah, okay. So as a medium myself, yeah, okay. So what I found as a medium myself, sometimes I feel as though I'm getting away from what I actually am because I am getting information about life and things like that and how people should live and blah 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 blah. And for like a full year, all my videos on my YouTube channel were about that until I said I got to go back to my roots. I got to go back to dead people. But
Yes.
is dead people, just like with you, is the automatic writing, is that just our gate in? That's the thing that they could get us to do because the other stuff is so huge. So they have to start with a smaller sort of thing and
Absolutely.
then build us up to the next thing. Would that make sense to you?
It makes absolute sense to me, right? Because I don't think, me personally, I don't think I was ready for the level of surrender that I needed to have in order to drop into trance. And, it's one thing to do it in a room with a couple of friends, but it's a totally different kettle of fish when you're sitting in front of a group of 100 people, right? So, and you have to go into such a place of trust and allowing. And so, just moving into that space, that was a journey onto itself. And it took me having to move through my own personal healing, which was relinquishing, control and all of those nuances of my personality where it was occurring as a result of the traumas and dramas. I had to heal that stuff. And then it was like, once I healed that inner landscape, there was an evolution of my psychic abilities.
That makes perfect sense to me, honestly, because I think they did it with me with food.
Oh,
They
yes.
purified me. because
Yes,
they
yes, yes.
the ability to eat certain foods, because I do believe that some of the foods that they took away, pastas, breads, are foods that make our digestive system more sluggish. And if our
Yeah,
digestive system is sluggish, then the blood's moving slower, and then you're not vibrating at the higher vibration. Does that make sense?
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
dense. You're dense, right? There's that density to all of that. There's like that heaviness to that, to
To
all
the
of that
Yeah, yeah.
food.
Now I think I'm going through the Bobby, let this go. And I
Yeah.
only think I'm going through it more now because I allowed myself to stay within it. And I honestly blame my children. That's why you're not watching, kids. So I'm gonna blame you.
Well, we have children to blame them, right? That's
Yeah,
what
but
we
they
do.
keep us in this world. They keep us so that we have to live in a different kind of realm
That's true.
a little bit for a little
That's
while.
very true. That's
Yeah,
very
and
true.
so finally now they're adults and they're doing their wonderful thing, and I'm so proud of them, and then I can do my thing. Yeah, because okay, I'm just gonna quickly say hello because we have two people watching us and they both said hello.
Nice. Wonderful.
And guess what? One is Laura Lee.
Hello, Laura Lee.
Can you see the chat?
No, I can't see the chat.
On your right hand side, there's a little button that says chat. It's probably the last one, unless you don't have it and I just have it because I'm the host. I'm the host.
Yes, thank you, hostess.
Okay.
Private chat. Private chat?
Nope. That's just
No,
me.
that's
That's
just
when we want
me.
to talk about Laura Lee.
Oh, up here, chat. I
I could
see that.
yeah.
Oh, hello.
You see them. Okie dokie.
Nice
So,
to see
okay.
it. Oh, look it.
Hello,
Hello, Laura
Laura
Lee.
Lee. Hello, Haley. Doesn't Haley have the coolest name? Haley
Yeah, I
Christmas.
love that. I actually love that name. Hello, Haley.
I love that name too. And hello, Jen. Okie
Hello,
dokie.
Jen. Thank you
All
for joining
right.
us.
Now we do have 4 people, but only 3 have said hello. Oh, that Laura Lee's laughing at us. Although I'm laughing with this Laura Lee because I know where you live. And that's a real story. You don't want me dropping anything off. Anyway, cold. I'm hot. I'm cold. Okie dokie. Now, Sue and I are going to be talking about ourselves. We're going to be talking about psychic stuff. But, Sue, I'm just going to speak for you on this one. You can say, Bobby, you're out of your mind. I think we also are going to ask psychic questions. Answer.
Well,
I said that in the video too. I said ask. Okay, so I made the video about it. I don't know if you saw it. I made the video about it. Hello, Sue. There's the other Sue.
hello, Sue.
I made the video about this, and in it, I said we will be asking questions. I said it. I went on the closed caption. I changed it to answering. I thought I'm just going to write down. People are going to be like, "Oh, I didn't hear ask. I thought I heard ask." I'm putting sorry.
Maybe we are just going to ask questions today.
We could be asking questions. That's why it came out of me twice. Because I was going to ask you a few questions. Yeah. So, okey-dokey. Now, asking questions. They want me to go with that right now.
Okay.
You find as a psychic, hello, Dream Studio. As a psychic, do you find that you have a constant occurrence of questions in your own head about stuff?
I used to. I used to have everything was every single thing I could phrase into a question. I did that all the time. And I think I had to sort of moderate that a little bit because that can be a little crazy making. So it's evolved to more of a knowing. I'd say like 95% of the time, I don't necessarily know the answer to things, or, it's not like that at all, actually. But I know that I have access to, right? And look, I don't get answers. It's not like it doesn't work like that with this
No.
United Souls of Heaven and Earth. I don't just get, answers, and life is so easy. And even when I ask questions, if I'm not vibrationally in the space to receive the answer, I don't get the answer. I get a series of lessons or exercises or things that I need to do to get myself to the vibrational space where I then get the answers.
I
So
totally get that from the because I once asked you when you were deep inside the United Souls, Because when Sue is deep inside, I don't think you really remember or know what's going on. Am I right on that one?
Absolutely. I'm off in a different space. The closest way that I can describe it is like being in a hypnotic. If you've ever been inducted into a hypnotic trance, uh, then that feeling of you're set aside, if you will. I I guess I'm aware enough of the environment that if there were something to occur in the environment, that I would be able to come out of trance. Like I'm not gonna,
You
you
can't set
know,
the house on fire around you and kill you. Oh.
right? No, that's not gonna happen. Although I do appreciate when I'm on stage to have somebody who's alert close by. Just it makes me
To walk
comfortable.
off
But
the stage.
right, exactly. But
Possibility you have like gone forward in the middle of trances. You have like come out of it and gone, where am I? I've watched you do that.
I
You move around when you're on a stage doing it?
Yeah, well, it's only recently that they've let me stand up and sit down. Was I on a call with you when I stood up and sat down in the chair in trance? Oh,
I
maybe
don't
I wasn't, but that was a fairly recent thing.
know.
So anyways, I don't remember anything. I'm off in a different space. I can come back and I can remember, sometimes I have a feeling, that I come out of trance and I have a feeling, but I always say I'm the only one that doesn't get invited to the party.
Yeah, I get you. I totally get you. I
Right?
call mine drunk talk.
Yeah.
I will say, "Oh, okay, I'm making you this promise, but I'm not going to remember it. So you are going to have to text me and say, hey, you said you do this," which is really dangerous because people could just, hey, you said you come clean my house.
Exactly.
Actually, house clearing is one of the biggest ones that they tell me to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do a
Yeah.
lot of
Or
that, don't
videos. They'll tell, I will promise people I'll make a video for them. And yeah, I actually even promised a video here, which I did make, but it didn't show up. I made a video about my physical stuff because I am so
Okay.
not alone. I am one of many. I actually think that it's autoimmune disorders, period. That's me. I think they're all psychic diseases myself, but that's just me. Okay,
Yes.
now I am going to, okay, so Dream Studio, we have a question.
Wonderful.
Hey, oh, okay, so I did it in Halloween
Oh, I love that.
because it's Samhain right now. We're in the time of the thinning of the veil, so I thought, oh, why not make it creepy? Anyway,
Spooky. So
not
spooky.
that it's even spooky. It's like the opposite. I actually find Halloween now more like a Christmas feeling to me. Yeah, in the last 5 years has become very much that. Anyway, because it's Samhain, it's the end of the year. We're going into the sleepy time.
That's
Okay,
right.
I am fostering a lovely cat. He is IG. Am I correct?
16. He's
16. Thank
16.
you. IG shouldn't have used this font. And has some stomach puking and eating too fast. I'm trying to work with him. He's sweet and playful. What can you tell me about what his needs are? Okie dokie. Now I immediately see a couple things. Is it all right if I just say some stuff and then you can add? You can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hear trauma. I hear that this cat has been through trauma, and it's weird. I actually see it having to do with his esophagus, having to do with his stomach, having to do with the taking in of food. And the other thing I see is the slow feeder dishes that my grand dogs use because they eat too fast. And
Mhm.
I don't know if you can do a slow feeder dish for a cat or
Yeah.
even if they're big enough. But I also wonder because if this cat is supposed to stay with you, you're just fostering this cat. But I see my two strays that have moved into my world, and I can't get rid of them. I don't want to, but I've tried to give them to other psychics, but nobody. Yeah, they're my cats, so I kind of feel like this is your cat. Do you feel anything around this cat?
I do. I feel like, and perhaps it's the trauma, but it feels like a heightened nervous system.
Yeah, like he got kicked in the tummy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like it goes into like almost like a tightness, like almost like a um I think like you could get like a spastic, it just feels like really tight and really, but what's just a second. I'm just going to feel into this for a second. I happen to be a cat lover. I'm a cat lady, and we fostered some cats, and we have a stray that came around and had some babies. And so I understand cats very well, but I feel like I want to a little bit, my attention is a little bit drawn to the pancreas.
Okay, yeah, me too. I'm in the tummy as well. I even
Yeah.
wonder about worms or something like that, something where the cat keeps trying to eat and its body rejects the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry, could be due to hunting, but it's 16.
16, right? Like that cat's doing really well, ticking along. And sometimes they get, I mean, that's, sometimes cats, if they have a history of that gulping kind of food, they'll do like that regurgitation-y thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and if there's been competition, I mean, I don't know if there's been competition for food, like you don't know, right? But I just feel like I don't know, like the element of calm that's being provided for this cat right now is really nice. Like it's really, don't you feel like that,
Oh, absolutely, and
Bobby?
I actually even wonder if this cat is going to go home while they're with you.
Yeah,
If you were that last little bit, it'd be okay, 'cause this is why I think that, 'cause I got a cat from the SPCA. We named her Crystal, and, I don't even know how long we had her, but every time my kids would pick her up, she would get upset if they picked her up by the middle, and I
ah,
started to wonder if there was something going on with her. I thought she maybe didn't like kids, blah, 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 blah. Come to find her one day dead in one of my bathrooms.
oh,
Yeah, I think that she had actually something wrong with her stomach, and
yeah,
that the powers that be had me bring her home so that she could die loved,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's kind of what I'm seeing with this cat, but I'm also seeing something that looks like a trampoline in their belly. It looks like the food comes in, some food goes into the stomach, but most of it actually hits the trampoline, which might be the pancreas, like you're saying, and it goes right back out. It hits the sphincter.
the
One
sphincter.
of the
Mhm.
sphincters. Yeah, one of the yeah, because they're just the gates, pretty much the sphincters.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Supposed to be
Um,
Felipe.
I think you mentioned about I think there was a question about thyroid, anything thyroid. Do you get any sense that there's a thyroid issue with this cat?
Immediately, my brain says not really.
Okay.
That was immediate. So when I get an immediate, I always go with that
Yeah.
because otherwise, I want to find out the solution. So I'll
Yeah.
dig more, and then you get confused. I find.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I think possibly when if they are feeling thyroid to a certain extent, it might be because it's something having to do with the blood,
Yeah.
because the thyroid has to do with the blood. And I kind of think that we're closer with pancreas or diaphragm or something. And I
I
don't
think
know
so.
the parts of a cat. Okay, I thought I had one.
and I don't know if I really don't know if because that's a geriatric cat, right? I don't know if the pancreas, like if the pancreas connects in with the thyroid. And again, all I can think of, and I'm just gonna say this: I am not a doctor of homeopathic medicine, but I'm a student of it for many, many, many years, and have treated like dozens of cats because we did cat rescue for a long time. Um, Homeopathic remedies are beautiful for cats, and so there's a remedy in phosphorus in a 30. I mean, you can get it here in Ontario at like Healthy Planet or one of the health stores, and it's a really beautiful homeopathic remedy when you have a cat that as soon as the food warms in their stomach or even water, it gets regurgitated.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a beautiful remedy. We've had a lot of cats recover from lots of different gut issues with that. And then there's, if it were thyroid, there's a remedy called Iodum, Iodum, which is another. We had a cat with thyroid issues for many years and did very well on those remedies. So I'm just saying maybe you could seek out some more information or education on homeopathics too for the kitty.
I agree.
Just
I agree because I actually heard feline diabetes. So I
yeah,
don't know if
see,
that's supposed to be just this is what cats can get, but I do see Tashu, my uncle and aunt's cat, who got feline diabetes. So
okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. We have a few actually. So
Okay.
let's back up because okay. Okay. Yeah. I should say hello to people. Garden Hoe is here. Hello, Garden Hoe. That's actually how I know her, Garden Hoe. Oh, she gardens. It's just a perfect name.
I love it.
Power. Thank you, Dream Studio. Laura Lee, we already said hello to you. We said hello
Laura
to
Lee,
Cindy,
Laura
said hello
Lee.
to Haley. Okie dokie, back to the front then. Okie dokie, back to messages. Okay, Haley, I have two questions. Okay, of course it's okay. First question is anything coming to me from the other side? That is ambiguous. If you're asking, actually, if you are hearing from somebody who was already rested and dead, I am supposed to tell you, yes, you are. And if you feel that they are communicating with you, either they're showing me a bird that might be that they're communicating through birds, but it also, when I see birds, birds are a sign. So I never quite know if they're actually using birds or if they're pointing to the idea that they can use things to talk to us. Sue?
I just keep seeing a really beautiful Christmas scene, like snow falling. I know maybe on the, but it feels really beautiful, and I feel like I, I, what I want to say is if there's a time around Christmas time that there's a feels like maybe an inclination towards grief, that that maybe to turn that around into like celebration, or it feels like it doesn't need to be like earmarked as a time of grief. That's what I'm feeling.
Could even be that you're feeling someone from her name side because her last name is
Right, I
Chris.
didn't even think about that. I didn't
Let you know they're trying to confirm to her. That would be
Yes, that's hilarious.
to us, please, Haley. Because when it comes to dead folks, you need confirmations. It's because they're humans. And humans are
Yeah,
ambiguous, like spirit guides aren't, or like ascended beings aren't. They're just
right.
humans.
That's a
Oh,
hoot.
yeah. Okie dokie. Anything thyroid, she's not going to keep him. Yes, he's highly sensitive. I am in many pod. I'm not quite sure that that means. Is that a group that where you taking cats? Yes, he has a condition with gulping. Ah, okie dokie. I think you may have said something about gulping because I don't remember saying that, but it doesn't mean anything. He loves yeah. Okie dokie, because she's writing back to us all the way through. Dreams.
Okay, right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she has actually been wondering if he's going to cross. Yeah, I kind of think you're giving him a nice place to go. Okie dokie, Laura Lee. How do you tell the difference between your own thoughts and spirit messages? This is a really darn good question. Does my guides, do my guides, I love you, Laura Lee, have any messages for me? Of course they do. Okie dokie. Now, do you want to go first? I keep going first, so I'm going to let you go first this time.
Laura Lee, how do you know the difference between your own thoughts and the spirit messages? So the United Souls are saying, like, Laura Lee, you know. I'm laughing because I know you know, and you know you know. But to be fair, I think that the single greatest way to know if it's your own thoughts and if it's spirit message is the very first thing I would always do is to feel how it feels. Does it feel constrictive and contractive?
Mhm.
Does it feel limiting? Does it feel fearful? Or does it feel expansive? And do you feel this, like that feeling of connectedness? And when you start to play in those domains a little more, you start to know what that feels like a little more. It's like it's like training for anything, right? And the more you do it, the more you get those confirmations. For me, it always comes through feeling. Other people, it comes through different ways. But if we're talking thoughts, I think the thoughts are, is it a thought that you've thought 100 million times? Because you went, it's like 85% of what I've thought today, I thought yesterday and the day before. So is it that, or is it something where you have an awareness that feels greater than something you might have already known before, or something that's like an aha, or something that, those are this, that's how I know
Mhm.
that it's the guides. And Laura Lee, I think that it's fair to say you probably spend more time than you realize in the connected to spirit space.
Yeah, I think
So
most people do. Lots and lots of people do.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
it you're clear would you say that your number one is clairsentience then?
I
Is
would
being
say, I would
yes,
say,
mine is seen, I'm clairvoyant first. So
okay,
I love hearing it from your perspective as a clairsentient because as a
yes.
clairvoyant, I will see the picture and then I'll look in the balcony of my brain. I know because dead people have been talking in my head since birth, like my whole
Forever.
yeah.
Incredible.
So I actually doubt constantly. So I will say, okay, if this is you guys, show it to me out there. Show it to
Right.
me outside of this thing right here. Put it here or put it there or make me know. So I guess that's kind of the same sort of thing because I have to I see it, I hear it, I know it, I feel it. Or I feel
Mm-hmm.
it, I know it. I'm not quite sure which, but
Mm-hmm.
somewhere down in
Understand that.
once. Yeah. So yeah, that's a very interesting. And um, yeah, I'm hearing that I'm supposed to tell Laura Lee not to doubt herself anymore. Like, yes, you have, let it go, move forward. Yeah. Because
Mhm.
mostly when we don't think that it's our guides or dead people or something bigger, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves in a lower level.
Mhm.
We're saying, why wouldn't they talk? Why would they talk to me? Blah, 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 blah. Things like that. That's what we do to ourselves, I think. It's
I
my
think so.
so to speak. So yeah, okay. So do you ever, because your United Souls is just so very, very different in my opinion. I want to say I'm envious of it, but I'm not entirely, but I am because they're definitive.
They are very definitive.
And you can look to them because I know with the dead, jeez, they will say stuff, and I will even say to people, "Oh no, 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 not this dead person that answer." No, because you're the same person you used to know that you wouldn't even like listen to what they watched on TV, and now
Right.
you get massive life advice from them. That's the same person, so you can feel the taint. That sounds
Very
gross.
interesting. I've wondered about that, Bobby. I've wondered, right, those are people that I wouldn't have taken advice from in life. And so how much wiser are they? Those are really questions I have. How much wiser are they that they've crossed over? Are they immediately wiser? Or,
Mhm. They have to ascend. And even I have one family member who I would consider completely ascended. It's my grandmother, and she comes in almost like an umbrella now. Like she's where I used to see her in full body, and now she's an idea almost to me. She's just so huge. She will just give me peace.
okay.
She will just shower me with, oh, okay. Because there's so many new people up there, and she's had to get them all wrangled up because they were like, holy crap, Bobby, you really can do this. Like, oh my God. And I had to call her to calm everyone down. So, yeah, the dead are the dead. They're human beings that
Right.
aren't meat suits anymore and can yell in your head. So, the difference is I want to say the difference is palpable because that's what they say. Because it is somewhat, I can tell when it's a spirit guide, I can tell when it's ascended beings because it's up and
Interesting.
down. Yeah,
Interesting.
but they all do sound like you. They all sound like your own thoughts in your head. Do
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what they sound like? Like, do you remember what they sound? Well, you do because they talk to you now. They're talking to you while you're conscious, right?
They are, and I've listened to my voice so many times, like
Oh, so you
thousands
knew
of.
that okay, because I know
I
that
know
voice.
the voice. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I have questions, I will hear your voice as the
You hear my voice.
or my version, my impression of you.
of that.
I'm not going to do it all. Yeah, because I'm going to sound like an ass if I do it. So.
I love it. And then, yeah, I love it. How many people, I've had people say it's a Russian voice. I've had people say it's a, like a Caribbean voice. I've had people, it's interesting the different perspectives on that United Souls voice, which does shift sometimes depending on who comes through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it
Oh.
does.
Does it depend who they're talking to as well? Do they change their accent or tone or anything like that based on the person?
That I don't know so much, again, because I'm a set aside, but I know that over the years, and I've done channelings with certain people like hundreds of times as we're, training and evolving and learning.
Mhm.
There's certain names sort of given to some of these. So the one that would come, the expression of the United Souls that would come through in, say, a larger group would be much louder and much more robust of the expression, as opposed to, when we're sitting having morning coffee, the expression that comes through is very much like you're sitting with your grandmother, people will say. And then there's another one, if we're starting to sort of go rogue and we're sort of if I'm starting to, or anybody around is starting to sort of go off the path, there's an expression, and we lovingly, affectionately call it the tooth biter, because apparently I like when I'm channeling, they get quite pointed about what they're saying. So, there's over 2,500, and I mean, we know that we've asked. I know that Heidi has asked, who's part of the group. So we have some names, and there's some, there's some pretty cool, who to our human mind, characters in that group. So yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, good, and yeah, the way they give advice, it actually, because I was going to say it earlier, and I don't know why, and I didn't, and I don't know the context anymore or anything, but I asked them once if I was right about something, and they said, "Do you want to be right? Do you want a plaque on the wall that says I am right?" And they were right. I wanted to be proven right, and in that, I was wallowing in an anger about and resentment about not being proven right, even though I knew I was right. They said, "You
Yes.
are right, you big idiot, but you don't need everyone to know you're right because you just know you're right. You don't need a plaque on the wall." It's pretty much. They didn't call me a big idiot.
That was you. That was you saying that.
Yeah, that would be me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay, next question. So, my childhood home is in the process of being sold, and we have accepted an offer. Has been a lengthy process. Do you see this completing, and when? I see this, and sooner than you think. What do you think?
I feel like that's funny, because I feel like there might be like one little hiccup that might be like, like, it's like, don't get your sock hung up on that little nail that's outside of sticking out of that piece of wood.
Yeah, and the right people will buy the right house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will. I when people ask me for timelines, I say they do not know time. They're not like that in that
True.
way. And when they tell me a time period, I say, don't hold on to that time period because they do not know time, but they could be trying to get us to so I hear November, which is 2 weeks from now, but also November is a long month. Well, it's not the longest, it's only 30. But anyway, that's what is it 30 or 31? It's 30. October and December are 31.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's 30. And, I'm just going to say it. We're going into a retrograde, and it feels just like it's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This going into the darkness is, yeah, I'm less wary than I was last year.
Very good.
I was very wary. I was very, oh, what's going to happen? Like we're going down a slide and there's sharks at the bottom of it. We're going down a slide, and there's toys at the bottom
There's
of it.
guppies. There's little guppies now.
Puppies. Get your guppies.
Anyways, I think there's going to be a little bit of a turbulence, but I think it's not going to be too, I agree, it's not going to be too long. And
Yeah,
I just want to say, don't get too caught up in it. Just hold your own, do your grounding, hold your peace, and move through it.
yeah, because I keep hearing that thing, when you buy a house, it's a caveat of some kind, but it's not called a caveat. I forget what it's called. There's an actual name for it. I bought enough houses, I should know. But that's what I'm hearing, and it might even have to do something with septic or plumbing or pipes or something like that, but it's no big deal.
Like a condition.
Yeah, like a condition of sale, something like that, but there's an actual word for it, and I can't remember the heck the word is.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
if I needed to know the word, they'd pop it in my head.
Right. Of
So
course they would.
yeah, I don't need to worry about it. That's what I've learned myself. Really,
That's wonderful trust. That's wonderful psychic trust.
absolutely have to have psychic trust with
Mhm.
them. Yeah,
Mhm.
and well, okay, yeah, because I have my knowing. That's how they want me to put it. I got
Right.
my knowing about 15 years ago, and I have been doing readings for well over 20. So that's not really great. But my knowing is me going, no, this is the way it is. I'm just not saying it right.
Mhm.
Because it used to drive me crazy when I would be reading someone, they go, no, 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 no. Oh my goodness gracious. After the third no, you're like, okay, I'm not a psychic. I'm an
Right.
idiot.
I have
That's
no
what
idea what I'm doing. I'm just kidding.
I've been fooling myself all these years, dadgummit. Oh no, oh no. Now I know that no's are just, I'm not presenting the idea the correct way for this person.
Right.
That's,
Right.
I know it's my fault.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not the message I'm getting. It's the communicate.
How you're delivering it.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
really
people don't want it. So
right. Fair, fair. Brilliant. That's a really brilliant evolution in your awareness of your gifts.
yeah, because I try to actually, because that to me is a little bit, because I have this massive assertion within me that you and I are not one-offs. We're glaring examples, is what we are. That everybody is like us. And
Yes.
that is,
Yes.
it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and the veil is thinning more and more and more. And I certainly believe, that's a strange way of putting it. I really believe that that's why we are becoming more mainstream in some ways.
I
And we
think
should
so.
be mainstream because people need us.
Yes.
Because we
Absolutely.
are, wow, they're not insane. Maybe I'm not insane. Maybe this is something I should be celebrating, not
Medicating.
yeah.
Sorry.
Flat out, flat woman. Yes, no, I think it's absolutely true. Can you imagine if you and I had been medicated?
Well, I mean, I over the years, due to, certain anxiety and periods of depression, I did have to be medicated,
Mhm.
right? Or was told and believed that to be true. And that's fine, like no judgment at all. But I really had to come to terms with what was really going on. Was
Mhm.
the anxiety, or was it me shifting in my vibration? Like it's complicated.
It is so
S-
complicated, yeah, because some people
Complicated.
really do need to be medicated.
Absolutely they do,
Absolutely.
and that's okay.
That's why we're
That's okay.
diabetic. They're their example. The
Yeah,
physical body isn't completely able to support you
that's
and
right.
when you do something else, because that's what this place has. When you were medicated, could you hear like you can hear now?
Uh, it would have when I was medicated, I wasn't endeavoring to hear like I hear now.
Okay, so you
So, yeah, I was at a
oh,
different time and space. I wasn't, the evolution with United Souls has certainly been, they came forth, I think, to save my hide. They came forth to sort of save my bacon. You know what I mean? And because I needed it, I needed help. I was calling out, and once that lengthy process had occurred, and I learned to trust, I learned what I was hearing or reading or transcribing had validity, then they started to get me comfortable with the idea of sharing it, and that was its whole other scary level of it, because I didn't want to be judged or ridiculed or whatever. So then once I started to share it more, and then you share it with people you know, and then you start to share it with people you don't know.
Mhm.
So yeah, but when I was medicated, it would have been in the time when I wasn't it was just sort of me trying to connect with the guides for me more than
Yeah,
anything.
find your way. And actually, the comparison they're making to it is when I used to drink.
Yes.
Because in my 20s, I used to drink to try to combat it. So, to a certain extent, I was trying to medicate myself.
Right, absolutely.
Not the way. Oh my gosh, is that ever not the way?
Did it make it your experience worse or more
Way
uncomfortable or maybe more, I'm gonna air quote dark, but did those things because I've heard of this, right?
Yeah, it totally did. And actually, if I think there are certain people who I used to drink with in my 20s who will still talk about it a little bit. As I got older, I got a little more accustomed to it. But I started drinking at the age of 12
Okay.
because I started hearing at the age of 3.
Yeah.
So I started smoking and drinking alcohol when I was 12 and did that. And then I quit when I was 19, which is kind of funny. And then I went back to it a little bit, but pretty much as an adult, I started to get it together
So
and
you figured out.
get it a
Good
little
for you.
bit figured out. Yeah, now yeah, now if I drink alcohol, it's physically painful.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't.
Oh,
I
I
drank in my 20s and I couldn't. I mean, I had to go through the whole process of being it became like poison to my body, and
yeah,
I thought I was dying, right? Literally, and it wasn't, it would be like, Friday night or Saturday night, and you're going out and you're having some drinks. It wasn't anything excessive. I was working full time and, a mom and all that. I was busy, but yeah, I just couldn't recover. I mean, I just simply couldn't recover. And I thought, no, this is not for me anymore. So
yeah.
that was a long time ago.
This is your glands. I've ended up in the ER after 2 glasses of wine because I'm
Oh,
on the ground. I can't even move my head, things like that. A
yeah.
beer and I vomit, and I love beer. I
On a
really
hot summer day, it's nice and refreshing, isn't it?
like.
But no,
I
I
drink
couldn't.
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. The non-alcoholic.
yeah. He only likes the compliments. Non-alcoholic beer from Thrifties. Now Corona is a non-alcoholic. Bex has a non-alcoholic.
Oh,
It's great.
nice.
Yeah, drink non-alcoholic beer at parties. People think you're drinking. They tell you stuff. It's great. Because drunk people are honest. It's fun. You get to
That's
actually get
true.
the fun part of the party.
That's
'Cause
true. And
you're aware of
remember,
who you are. You remember everything. Yeah, and
that's
then the
true.
next day you don't have a hangover. You're not in physical pain. It's just so much better, anyways.
A little bit easier.
Yeah, so to me, that was my medication. But even now, I won't even take an Advil before I do readings because I do not know if it'll affect it.
Yes,
Because
I agree.
psychic energy is glandular and blood. That's the way I see it. So I don't want to mess with it. Okay, we're going to go with Haley's question. There she is. Second question, if I may. Love that. My husband was diagnosed with a heart condition 4 months ago. It has been very hard to say the least. Yeah, complete life changes. Unable to use any previous coping mechanisms he did use to help his mental health
Mhm.
due to his, oh my gosh, it's like we were already
Just
talking about this question.
yes.
That's exactly what
Exactly.
we're talking about, Haley girl. Okie dokie. Now, I don't
Yes.
know. I'm going to have to read it from here because it doesn't have enough room. So
Okay.
I'm going to finish this coping with his diagnosis. Will he find some calming or new coping skills? Yeah, you will. It's been a
Absolutely.
long 4 months. Can we get him to meditate, Haley?
Mhm.
That's actually what I'm seeing. And if you are still living where you were living before, he is in an optimal place. And you might even be able to find a community of men who meditate. I would
What can I jump in here?
absolutely.
What about the gentleman who Travis, who runs the float center there? He has a men's circle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful guy. Um
Here in
Just give me a
Vancouver
sec.
Island?
Pardon me?
Here on Vancouver Island?
Yes.
Really? How do I not know about this man?
He's okay, I'm just gonna just give me a second here. Travis is his name,
Mhm.
and gosh, when I have a foot in both worlds, it's hard to remember the 3D stuff.
Yep.
It's called it's a float center on the island. It's fairly new, but I know him. I've had some wonderful exchanges with him. He hosts some of our bespoke jewelry that we do there in his spa, but he has a men's circle, and I just immediately, that's who I felt, is that he would be a wonderful, I would trust him
Mhm.
to be a wonderful mentor to perhaps your husband.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So at the very, very, very least, he needs other men
He
because
needs other
men,
men who are awake.
yeah, other men who are awake. And because what they're showing me is so often I will say to people, I got to get one day, I want to make enough money to just have my husband sitting by a fire carving. And when men come
Yes.
in, they can go and they can just sit next to them. They can grunt together, not even talk or talk, whatever floats their boat. But I really
Yes,
do think that men need men, just like women need women. You just
absolutely.
like I could talk to a man about my problems, but he's not going to understand my hot flash. Not in the
Right,
same way a woman's going to understand it.
right.
Speaking of hot flashes.
Thank you, Laura Lee. Flow State Float House is the name of that place.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank
Laura.
you,
That's
Laura Lee. Okie dokie. Yeah,
listening. Thank you. Yeah,
maybe I
I just,
bring Travis on here so that people can know
oh
he's
yeah.
doing well and pooping tiny bits. More about the cat.
Oh,
Hello, Amy. I have not said hello to Amy. Oh, hello, Carrie. It's been a long time. Hello, hello. Am I wearing any Carrie creations? Yes, I am.
those are beautiful.
This is Carrie. This is Sue McPherson.
Oh, beautiful. You always have beautiful
Like,
jewelry on.
I love to wear jewelry from people who make it here on the island or near the island. And it's not like I'm not going to say no to Manitoba jewelry. I'm from Manitoba, but I like to buy from local people, from local artisans. I think we do that far too little.
Yeah, it's nice to support the local artisans.
I am a market lady. I love me a good market. I
I love me a good market too.
love markets. I just feels better. I
Yeah, it does.
spend $200 on a painting from the actual artist at a market feels so much better than paying $500 on something on Amazon, which I can't
Absolutely.
poo Amazon. A book's on Amazon. I can't poo it just
No, we
because.
can't. No, thank you, Amazon, for your space and place in the world, but
Yeah, the self
still
pub.
nice to support
Yeah,
local.
yeah. Support local. Yes, and Carrie is an excellent, a beautiful, talented jewelry
Beautiful.
maker.
Beautiful.
Okay, okay. So yeah, men's groups. That is just such a need in our world right now. But yeah, I see him meditating and looking at the ocean. This gentleman, yeah,
And
and
I,
which is
and can I just say, I think, and I just want to acknowledge that the the United Souls call it a lack gap that we all move through when we're moving from what they call the original dream beam. So you're going along in life and things are working out as they're working out. Everything's kind of going along until either you are forced to shift gears
mhm,
or you choose to shift gears. And sometimes you choose because you're forced to, right? In this instance, that's what's happening. So
true story.
until he's created the new dream beam, there's a gap in between, and they call it the lack gap. And they say sometimes we grab a sun chair, they say, like a beach chair, and we just camp there for a while and we spend all of our time looking at the lack. But don't despair, because eventually we will turn our attention to that new dream beam. And so I feel like by your husband moving into meditative state, allowing it, the doing, it's not going to work anymore, right? So he has to move, he has to learn how to be okay with being. And that is the space where all of his spiritual hardware, software is going to come online. Wouldn't you say, Bobbi? Like that's where the access to it is.
I completely and absolutely agree. And we do not raise our men to feel they can do that. We raise our men
No.
to feel like you must be responsible for every other human being in the room.
Yeah,
And so
no.
they don't get to go do this when the women go do this. And I totally agree with the what they showed me. They showed me actually my client who just left here, who has suffered a horrific loss, and it is resulting in an ascension. And for myself, they actually show me them breaking my tailbone. I was going back into waitressing. I am really good at waitressing because I sing to my tables. I have a personality that I can change it to whoever's around and delve into what they do and things like that. And they
Right.
broke my tailbone while I was waitressing. I had just started back waitressing. I went poof, poof, ass over a tea kettle and broke my tailbone. So, to my mind, they broke my tailbone to start my Kundalini movement to get me away from waitressing. So, I had to do something completely different. And then I didn't listen. I went manic. And then I was giving birth and they did it again. That's when I started doing yoga. So, it's something, and pay attention to the fact that it's the heart chakra. There's
Yes.
a healing component here with him. And I honestly think it is something he can do with his hands, but it has to start here and then it comes out his hands. So I don't know if he's going to heal people with his hands or if he actually has a talent, like an artwork or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, or like he can build things for people or something. I'm not even sure what it almost looks mechanical though, which is, But so yeah. Yeah, like I don't know if fixing people's cars is spiritual. Maybe it is in some sort of way, but there's something different like that I see him moving to. But he's a productive boy, so it's a tough one for him.
He'll find his way, though. He'll
Yeah,
find a way.
yeah, and I'm seeing apples as well. If I'm seeing apples, and we're talking about the heart, they're talking about foods that feed the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Apples look like your heart because they're good for your heart. It's like walnuts are good for your brain, almonds are good for your eyes. Do oranges look like that? I don't think so. Maybe oranges are good for your digestive system, for sacral chakra. I don't know. They just showed me.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't get that one. The orange. Okie dokie. Thank you, Haley. All
Thank
right.
you.
Speaking. I'm sorry, Carrie. Oh, I'm sorry, Carrie. I jumped over Pamela, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna to Pamela, then we'll do you, Carrie. Promise. Wondering if you could give me an update on never-ending sage of my love relationship. Are things moving forward towards a committed long-term relationship or not? Timeline. Okay, now, is this who I think this is? Yes, I know who this is. So I'm going to let you answer first because I know who this is, and she has heard my voice on this a lot.
Okay, so the United Souls speak in metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share the metaphor that they're sharing with me, and it's this. When you walk into your closet, maybe you don't have a walk-in closet. Again, we're speaking in metaphors. When you walk into your closet or you approach your closet and you take out an article of clothing and you put on that article of clothing and you go about your day, and then you come home and you hang that article of clothing up, and the next day you return to that exact same article of clothing. You have a whole wardrobe there. You have 100 outfits, but you go back to that article of clothing, and that's the one that you put on, and you go about your day and you do your day, and then you come back and you hang up that article of clothing, and then you go back to it, and you next morning you put that article of clothing on. That's the one. That's your article of clothing. What happens is you start to define yourself by that article of clothing. And so the words of encouragement here from the United Souls of Heaven and Earth, and this is us, we are speaking now to you, is that it is a time for you to change your style up just a little bit, because it is a vibration game, old friend, and you are wanting to sing the same chord, and yet you want a chorus to sing back upon you. And so we say to you, put that outfit aside and begin to explore what else is hanging up in your closet and what else is part of the repertoire of you. You are not allowing the expansion of you to occur. And it is our promise to you that once you do, once you begin to open up your wardrobe a little bit more, that you will find yourself in a vibrational space that is so overflowing with grace, that you will find the smile upon your face that you are now seeking here now. And let us say to you, put it upon your face right now. The smile that you wish to see as you see it in the space that you wish to be. Put the smile upon the face now. Hold hand and heart near and dear, and begin to put on some new outfits. And what we mean by that is to move your vibrational accord and your harmonic chord up your own ladder of light. It is not something that you need to struggle to do, nor do you need to find yourself extra support systems and teams. You do not need to create spreadsheets. You do not need to do any of it. You just simply need to allow you to be the you that you came to be in full force, in full vibrational force. And then all of the pieces of the puzzle that you wish to see for you, that you wish to be for you, that you wish to be onto you, you will see and you will be. Indeed.
That was the first time you suddenly channeled in this little broadcast.
I just jumped in there.
As soon as you started, I'm like, oh, I hear the Russian. And I get it. Okay, so I am going to interpret what you said to Pamela because it's exactly
Please.
what I was going to say to her. I kept seeing her turning and going down a cul-de-sac. And every time she turns and goes down the cul-de-sac and expects it to be the road that goes to where she wants to go. And she can see where she wants to be, but she keeps on getting into the cul-de-sac. It's like if you're in a cul-de-sac, but you can see the house you want to go to is actually backed onto one of the cul-de-sac houses.
Right.
And it's kind of like doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. But what you said to her was start living what you want to live and it will all make sense. I totally get it because she's in a state of frustration because she knows what's going to happen. All the things are aligning for it to happen right now. And it's actually making her more and more frustrated that it isn't happening.
Okay.
It releases the frustration and says, okay, I know it's going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and start. It's kind of like if you're going to have dinner with somebody, you know they're coming, but you're starving. And they said, start without me. You say, no, I want to wait till you're here. Well, you might throw up or pass out if you wait. Eat now. And then when they do show up, you are ready for them.
Right.
And then you can eat together and that kind of the eating. But it is like that.
Perfect. That's perfect analogy. Yeah, because then you're nourished.
Yes.
Right? Then you're nourished and you're not looking to somebody else to fill that empty belly. You're nourished.
You're nourished. And then the two of you can just eat, or you can watch him eat or them eat. Sorry, not to give too much away. Anyway, but yeah. And do you remember what they said?
I do not remember a thing.
Okie dokie. Yeah, the us gave her the example with clothing.
Okay.
Like every day she was picking out the same outfit and putting on that same outfit each and every time, hoping that it would become the outfit she really wanted it to be, instead of just picking out the outfit she really wanted and wearing that.
Right. Okay, like the cul-de-sac. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
are it. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, it's kinda like the other person is slow and you're getting there quicker, but you're both gonna see the concert.
Right. 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 It's like it's such an interesting way that we're taught to approach life versus the way that it really works, which is you see it now to be it, right? So whatever you're wanting, the committed long-term relationship, you know, ho when you wake up in the morning, what does that feel like to you? What's the smell in the air? What is the season? How is the sun coming through the window? Right? Use all of your senses and experience it. Don't be afraid to go into that space of I call it the sandbox of imagination, right? And
Mhm.
play and dream. We're so afraid to be disappointed that we don't dream. We don't right, get juiced about it, and then your actually internal landscape is actually in the love committed relationship. You're experiencing everything you want. The tricky part is the other person reflects back to us something different. But if we can, you don't have to do it all day every day, but if you can take a few minutes a couple times a day and just go into that space of imagination,
Yep.
vibrationally, you're going to line up with that much faster than
Yeah,
if you're
yeah, that's how I
frustrated.
manifest actually, is
That's
I go
exactly
into an imaginary little daydream,
yeah.
and it just keeps on enhancing, and then when it does finally come true, I'm like, "Oh, wow, it's even better than that. That was
Yeah,
good."
right?
And that's why I couldn't see that because I could not fathom that for me.
Yeah,
I could not see that wonderful thing for
right,
myself. Yeah,
right.
super cool. Can I tell you something too, just as off topic from Pam's question, but have you ever seen Third Rock from the Sun?
Love it so much.
You know how Harry was the, communication tool and how he'd be like, he'd do that? Sorry, that's communication on the big giant head. That's that's sorry.
I have thought that before. I have thought that when the us come, I'm like the transmission from the big giant head.
I'm sorry. I'm so glad that you laughed at that.
I love that so much. That's one of my favorite shows. No matter how old it's an older show, I love it so much.
Glorious. John Lithgow is absolutely
Yes,
brilliant
he
in
is.
that show. His
Genius.
Kleenex box, that I will never get over that. He pulls out the Kleenex and a Kleenex box. He pulls it up. And he just keeps buying them. It's so funny. So funny. Because
Ah,
anyway, yeah. The Kleenex box gag. It cracks me up. All right. Okay.
brilliant.
If it happens again, we'll see.
We'll see.
You. It's like you're my little guinea pig. I'd love some confirmation on a big upcoming chapter. I will be closing and feel justice will be served. Any thoughts on this one? Ooh, interesting. What is justice to you? Is actually the first thing I heard.
Mm,
Justice is relative. And I'm not quite sure why they're saying it that way. It could be not for disappointment, but it could even be the justice you seek might not be the justice you see,
mhm.
which does not mean it's unbalanced. I'm supposed to say that. And I'm seeing you standing on something that makes you taller. Sue?
Well, it's interesting because the first thing I heard was divine justice, right? So that gives me a sense that there's a
Different kind of justice. Yeah.
higher order
Hmm.
to the circumstances and to the situation. And when that happens, um, having moved through these kinds of experiences where what it appears on the surface is extremely frustrating and challenging, like in these kinds of systems, but then there's something else at work here, right? There's another level of divine orchestration, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Yeah, because that's where what is justice. Because also what I'm seeing is when I will say to people, "Well, if you act like a dickhead, you're going to not receive as much in life. You're going to get back what you gave."
That's right.
And people will say, "But dickheads have so much money." We equate money with success in some sort of weird way.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So I am seeing that people say, "But they have so much money." But the more money you have, the more money you think you need. Rich people don't think they have tons of money. They think they have bigger bills.
I I want to say on this matter that it's important when you've been carrying around a piece, like a trunk. It's more than a lot, like a trunk, right? Like a trunk. Like we all
Mhm.
carry around trunks of. We've been dragging it around for a long time, and it's important to sit with that trunk. And if you need to have like a a, a ceremony or a
Oh, I saw that.
celebration,
I saw a burning of it, and
yeah,
so should it be. Yeah,
something, but it's so I can't, like, I have, like, I wanna get tears in my eyes. It's so important to not take that trunk to your next place, like, to your next the next chapter, the new chapter, just please don't take that trunk. Whatever that means, just don't take it. It's
yeah,
like you don't need to keep weaving that thread into the new tapestry that you've created. It's a brand new chapter. It literally is a brand new chapter. I don't know what's going on, but it's like a brand new, like when you get a brand new journal and you open it and it's like the it cracks because it's brand new, it's crunchy. You put it, it's that. And so put the old quill aside, get a better writing utensil, not something that's old and dated and it need like refresh, renew. Re- is this are
oh,
you
yeah.
feeling, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, when you said put the old quill aside, I saw her grab a computer, and then you said, "Then bring something new." I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like the old, no, no more of the old. And so I almost want to say like this this conclusion of this, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it looks like, it actually, and this might sound easy for me to say, it doesn't matter as much as you moving into the next evolution of you without the trunk. That's actually vibrationally way more important than the outcome.
Yeah,
Way more important.
yeah, and every time you say trunk, I hear resentment.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
It's
kinda think that if there is resentment, it's actually been stagnating your life rather than
Mm,
stagnating the other person's. Because sometimes we can hold our breath waiting for the other person to either be punished, like, the right plaque on your wall, that "I am
right,
right,"
right,
or for the other person to allow us to start living what we want to live,
right.
and you've gotta take that for you, and yeah, and, I see your baby girl on that one. So there's something I see her daughter. I know who this person is. I'm wearing her earrings.
Okay, okay, okay.
She's very talented jewelry maker. Yes, there's something like that that they say. Yeah, and I'm not even sure which issue this is, to be perfectly honest.
Um, this is interesting. I'm just gonna share it. I see a piece of silk, like a silk scarf, and I want to say, get a piece of silk or like a scarf or something like that. And I feel like the vibration of the silk will help to, I don't know if it's a clearing, I don't know if it's a comforting, but there's something about it, and they're showing you just putting it over your shoulders. If you take some time to meditate or whatever, I feel like it would just be a really um, valuable. They're saying valuable swath. So like it's like having a piece of that piece of fabric.
Yeah, it that when you say it, as soon as you started to say it, I started to hear the word mom.
Ah, okay.
So it might be that she has a silk scarf that used to be her mom's, or to her, her mother is like silk in some sort of way. There's something about the mother energy
That
of I am here and I'm going to
mm,
help you. Yeah,
oh,
which
and
is
as
maybe
yeah,
why I saw the kid could get into that mum idea.
right, the mom. And as
Yeah,
as I'm doing this, I can feel that energy of like the nurture and the comfort and the it's like just it's okay, it's gonna be okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
I kind of see it as though it is reddish pink. So that
Exactly,
love
exactly.
grounding. Yeah, yeah. You saw that too. That's awesome. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's like our brains are like two halves of the same coin. Or
We're Wi-Fi together.
couple of geeks. This is like they're geeks. Okie dokie. Now, I am very, very good at butchering human beings' names when I do not know them. So I am. Would you like to attempt this person's first name? I might insult if I try to attempt.
Well, I can hardly even
I know because of that dang font. It's
the font because
A-L-L-U-A.
here's
Alu?
what I see with all loving respect. And because my eyes are a little bit watering from, I see aioli, and I know that's probably not correct.
Because your brain isn't making it aioli because it's A-L-L and there's that like allow is another word that you can call.
Okay.
But yeah, A-L-L-U-J, which Aluge, I'm wondering.
Alush, it's a beautiful name. That's a
It
beautiful name.
is.
And I'm sorry for incorrectly saying
Yes,
it.
I apologize for butchering your name. Hello. There
Hello.
are is there any messages of my spirit guides have for me? Okie dokie. That's always such a big ambiguous thing, but I immediately see you picking up some bags and carrying your bags. So it might be that you're carrying around baggage, that you're bringing stuff with you everywhere you go that you might want to just leave where it is. Because I'm seeing it like herpes, like it just flares up. Because I attach herpes to luggage because of Eddie Murphy. Because Eddie Murphy in Delirious starts talking about HIV and AIDS, and then he talks about herpes. Herpes, you can never get rid of that shit. It's like luggage. That's what he said. And so ever since, there it
That's
is.
how you see it. Mhm.
Yeah. So, but baggage, yeah, I see you picking up a whole bunch of suitcases. It's either that or you're on the move and you're nomadic right now. You're going from one place to the other, but I kind of think what it is slowing you down.
Mhm.
Adam?
Immediately, I see or I saw, or I feel, because I say I feel, but it's sort of a see feel, right? When I'm not in trance.
Mhm.
Uh, in, this is, I'm going to try and interpret this. I, I would, if things were smooth, I would see two like lanes, example, two lines, everything's smooth. But it feels a little bit, and this is my own personal word made up, kerjunkety. Something feels a little bit,
It's
chunk,
your
chunk,
own.
chunk. And it feels like you've been splicing off, you've been splintering off, you've been fragmenting yourself, and it's no more of that. I want to say no more of that.
Mhm.
I'm going to let the guides talk. We are here. We are here, we are here, we are here. And indeed, we want to jump on board for just a moment here and speak to our dear friend while we have an opportunity and an ear. You see, you did not come to be part of another's project. You came to design and create your own. You did not come to be managed by another. You came to manage your own. You see, what we see is it is time for you to step more fully into the regalia of you. What is the regalia of you, you might ask? Why, that is your robe of light, of many colors, of all of the lifetimes, of all of the experiences. And you carry it forth, old friend, all of you, each of you. You are a magnificent creator, and you did not come to be a bystander in another story. It is time for you to grab the microphone and to begin to speak your story of you, not of another's version of you. Who are you, old friend? Take a look in the mirror and begin to see. Look to the light in those eyes. That is where we always invite our friends to begin. For it is in the light of those eyes that you will begin to see you. You are a human being, but indeed you are a being of light, being human. And so it is time to wear that regalia, to wear that robe, and to not ever, old friend, to not ever set that robe aside because another thinks that they are uncomfortable with you wearing it. Indeed. I'm back.
I was gonna say he did it again.
What does he do?
And it's interesting too when they do it. I start to see things in my head as they're doing it, and I kind of it might be that my guides are going, "Okay, now we're going to make sense of what they're saying to you," because that's tends to be what they do when you talk to me about it. I tend to get my explanation of it in my brain. My guides will start, "Okay, this is what they're saying." Blah 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 blah. And what I got is so boring because and I don't know if you heard this, but you are telling them to actually live their life for themselves. And that because they're doing it for this and they're doing it for this and they're doing it for this. And I actually think that they have possibly generational baggage. And the thing I keep seeing that I have to say, it's like they're wearing khaki pants and a white shirt. Like that is so strong in my head. I know, isn't that silly? But to me, khaki pants and a white shirt is I want to say a regular human being or a person who conforms to a certain extent. And if anyone out there is wearing khaki pants and a white shirt right now, I'm sorry. But to me, someone who's wearing khaki pants and a white shirt might work there. Might, it's just and I don't know if they're trying to fit themselves into a box that they're too big for. And they're so good at fitting into boxes that they can't that it's depressing them in some kind of way. But yeah, they told him, I love what they said. They said you need to shine your light. You are a light being having a human experience, not a human having a light experience or something. Dang
Wow.
it.
Okay.
I think you remember it better, Roberta Denise. Sorry, that's my name when I'm in trouble. Even with me. Now, okay, so when I say that to you and the brown pants and the white shirt and everything like that, do they come in and say, Sue, this is what Bobbi is saying? Do they do that? Do they
No.
and that's rude.
I
Sorry.
know. I get nothing.
Yeah, nothing cruelty to animals right there. Good golly, Miss Molly.
No, but what I would get is if there was something that, as we're talking here now, if there was something that, say, was out of alignment or incongruent, like I'm not even going to say wrong. I don't really like to use the words right and wrong.
Yeah.
It's more about vibrational coherence. And so that's what I feel. So if we were talking and suddenly it was, our conversation, and I would start to be like, oh no, I'm starting to feel that it's like friction, or do you get that as well? There's just something. So I might not get dropped answers but that is very clear for me. Like that's my North Star, is that feeling of
Right. Yeah.
coherence or lack of it.
Yeah, I totally get that. I think it starts here and it goes here for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like, lady, you're not listening, are you? You're just, because that's the thing for us and what we do. We cannot let our mind actually be the one in charge because our
No.
mind wants to fix it for you. Our mind wants to tell you all the sugar-coaty things, and our mind is rather stupid in
Yes.
comparison
It's very
to
limited.
soul in our body. It's so limited because it only sees what it has seen.
That's right.
How are you supposed to introduce something new to it? Yeah, that's why you gotta learn all the time, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree.
I was
Absolutely
looking about
agree.
Freya this morning because I felt the need to learn about Freya.
Lovely. What did you learn about Freya?
What did I learn about Freya? What I learned about Freya is that Freya rides a golden boar. I did not know that.
I
I
did
know
not
she
know
has a chariot with the cats, but I didn't know about the golden boar, which I thought was really
that.
cool. So I was born the year of the boar. Also, that Freya, people always think Freya is Odin's wife, but
Yeah.
she was married to Owen, something like that, which could be maybe possibly Odin, but she is actually more powerful than Odin. Odin is
Okay.
the Zeus of it all. That's actually a different construct. That was, you have to go with Snorri Snorrison or Snorri Silverson. There's a guy who actually has written all of the Norse. He's interpreted all the Norse mythology, and his name is
Okay.
something Snorri Snorrison or Snorri Snorrison. It's something funny.
I'd like you to just keep saying that a few more times.
I keep saying the same thing. Yeah, because that's what I'll do. I'll be like, orange. But it's like orange. It's orange. It's orange. That's what I'll do. Yeah. It's a bit orange. Yeah.
I love it.
Oranges in my brain now. Maybe I'm hungry and I need some oranges because mandarins are out now, so I'm happy.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. So this person, because and it's tough too, because an ambiguous question might also get an ambiguous answer a little bit.
Right.
But also sometimes when we think it's ambiguous, the person's like, oh, I know exactly what they're talking about.
So
That's
true.
totally valid. Yeah, because I can say to somebody, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. They're like, oh, that's perfect sense.
So true.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
One of the parts of my training was I learned through I was taught through Doreen Virtue, and she's sort of changed gears a little bit. But one of the things she said is she called it blah. And so that's just you blah out whatever while you are intuitively interpreting, whatever you think, feel, whatever your senses, right? Think, feel, hear, smell, touch, any of it.
Yeah.
Blah. Just say it without, because our natural brain wants to go, well, this is kind of weird. I don't know, and I mean, I still do that, but you still kind of preface it and dance around it a little bit. But so for anybody who's learning, just blah, just say it, because probably 95% of the time, the other person, like you said, will say, wow, that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it till you told me about the dog leash.
That's
What?
right.
I'm like, what? Yeah, it's like actually like this. The way I write blah.
You blah. Yeah.
Put it all down, and then I have to go through it and go, okay, let's make some sense out of this crazy talk. Yeah.
No.
Because I love my stories, but they're not mine. They're kind of mine, but they're not entirely mine.
Right. I understand.
I wrote a book. No, look at me. I channeled a book. I wrote it and I channeled it. We did it together. Yay, look at us go.
Yay.
But yeah, that's exactly. Or it'll be like you're trying to get it through to somebody and then finally go, okay, I don't know what this means, but I have to say fire hydrant. And they'll go, oh my God, nothing made sense till you said fire hydrant. And you're like, what? Really? I could be in on this.
That's true.
That happens all the time, especially with dead people, because they have their own little language with people, especially if it's their mommy. So yeah, and then I'm left out. I'm just, well, okay. As long as you're getting it doesn't matter if I understand what the hell's going on.
Right.
Around it.
And what a testament to needing that confidence and that trust. Like, because you have to have that confidence and trust. Otherwise, like you said earlier in the call, people are saying like, nope, nope, nope. And it's easy to become
frightened,
terrified.
Absolutely terrified. Yeah. So yeah, I agree completely. Okay. Connie is going to join us after her market. I don't know what time the market's ended. I remember I actually I saw the post. But okay. Whew. I get warm, I get cold, I get warm, I get cold. Do you get warm and cold?
Yes.
Yes, and the stink.
I have a fan over here that I thankfully haven't had to turn on during the call yet, but it's on standby just in case because
This is what
at
happened.
any moment the fires could erupt.
The fire's gonna run. And it's just a hot flashy thing. It has
Yes.
to do with our work. Because I
Yes.
can have it like I'm in a tank top and then all of a sudden it's over and I'm like, oh, I am freezing. I have to go
Yes.
put my sweater on right away. Yeah, because
Yes.
isn't that the neatest thing? The heat. And I wish I could know exactly, okay, when I'm heating up, what are we doing here? What's happening?
What's happening? Yes.
Yeah. Like, should I be paying attention to that? If I feel the heat, is this something more I need to tell
How
the
does
people?
it translate? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, agree. Completely agree. Okay. Now, all right. It's 1:24. How are you feeling?
I feel good. How are you
Okay.
feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Do you want to try to set it to 2 hours?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okie dokie. Okay. So we have 35 more minutes, which is a lot
Perfect.
of time, tons of time. So, yeah. Well, do you want to play it by ear from there? And I just kind of screwed myself up. There we are. We'll play it by ear from there. I'm not going to
Okay.
relegate you to 35 more minutes. If in 15, you're like, if in 15 the us come through and go, Sue is done.
Sue's done. Sue's going to bed now. They do that. Sometimes they do actually do that. They will
Oh, they'll do it through
even
Heidi.
you do it through Heidi. Yeah, absolutely. In the morning or when because we often will channel in the morning and sort of, get the lineup for the day and they will if I'm a little under the weather or, maybe I haven't slept very well, they'll say, okay, just a couple of minutes today and then tell me to go rest. I get a lot of instruction to rest.
Yeah. Oh, I missed one too. Okay, we'll do this one, then I got to go the one up. Okay, sorry. Jen again. I have a second question. Do you have anything to tell me about the new relationship I am in? Interesting. I hear love is blind. Sorry, Jen. Sorry. I really do apologize. But I'm seeing this. And this to me is always feeling in the dark. Like I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to blah my way through it. It's not a negative. It's just
Mhm.
yeah. It because when you're in a new relationship, every wart looks adorable.
It does.
And then 10 years in, every wart looks like a mountain.
You know, can I just jump in here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you
I
jump.
want to I want to say what a funny thing. They're telling me to tell you to grab a coloring book and
Oh,
start to pay attention to what colors this new person is using. It's like, and I think that's a metaphor for, although I actually think they really want you to do it this time, a coloring book. They want you to like do a playful, like, um, it's like learning about the person in a playful way.
mhm.
I feel like the learning about the person in a playful way is much, much, much more important in this situation than, say, learning about the person in a seductive way or a more lower root chakra way.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, because it's almost like you're not going to sit them down and say, okay, what's your 5-year plan? What do you think about kids? What do you think about this? Blah, 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 blah. It's more actually watching how they interpret the picture.
Yes.
Did they do it
Yes.
peacefully? Did they make it darkness? Did they do and that doesn't mean good or bad. It just gives you insight into that person. Because
Exactly.
good and bad. Nobody's perfect.
Not good or bad. This is not good or bad. It's about discernment. It's
Mhm.
about learning discernment. It's about practicing discernment. That's what this life is all about. And so, why not take the time when you're in a new relationship to do that? That's when you do it, right? That's the time to have some fun with it and to play with it and to make those experiences fun experiences, as opposed to, like you said, Heidi, something doesn't need to be a methodical check, like tell me about it's not going to happen that way. But, and also when people are getting asked questions, the answers go through a lot of filters, and sometimes you get answers that maybe are not as transparent as they might be later on in the relationship. So, right, that just happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like through this play, I want to call it, having fun, playful dates, you're going to gain the discernment, the awareness. You're going to see the um, perspectives broaden sufficiently so that you will have like the full view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that you set the pattern of the relationship as well.
Yes.
You start
Yes.
off the relationship in this we do fun things together thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
be afraid to play tag, I just heard.
Yeah. It feels really childish. It feels like, I want to say, like picnics and like very, like, not that picnics are childish, but like frivolity and
Yeah.
playfulness.
Yeah, and
And,
I see the beach. So you
yes,
might not see the beach like we see the beach. Because your beach is a lake beach, we the beach, yeah. Well, because we can do 5 steps here too. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, every 5 minutes you drive, you're gonna hit a beach along the highway.
right. So
We
yeah.
have to the beach more. Yeah, so yeah, I agree, I agree. It sets a beautiful tone. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I gotta tell you what they say in my head is this relationship is different than any other relationship you've ever been in because you are a different human being than any other time you've been in a relationship.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, because they're exploring sexually. I see that. They are finding everybody's moles. Let me put it
Right.
that way. That's what you do at the beginning of a relationship. You can't
Course
get
you
into
do.
each other's bodies. You have like
Yeah.
sex 5 times a day.
Yeah.
God, that seems like so much work. You want to do it though at the beginning of a relationship. Yeah, I can't imagine having the time. But yeah, they say it like that to me. Yeah.
But yeah, keep the
Lucky.
balance, keep the balance of play as much as that other part of it, because I feel like I feel like there could be a tendency for things to get a little bit out of balance.
Mm. Okie dokie. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Heavier. And
Mhm. Just a little bit. Just a
yeah.
little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, yeah, but that also could be the past. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, and that has happened before. I've gotten felt this way. And this is yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it'll be through those lower chakras that is going to get expressed,
yeah, the
right?
trauma,
Like yeah, I feel like
the
that old
lower
stuff. So then, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you
the
start to
earthly
weed.
chakras.
Yeah,
Yeah, power, sex, and money. Those things. Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, Laura Lee has a good one. Yeah, I, I have an immediate answer for that one. You ask.
Yeah, you do.
Always ask in an affirmative. Never say, sorry. You might want to say, if you are my spirit guides, please do this. Not, are you my spirit guides or are you an archangel? Because you will get confused because you already just put a confusion in you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And always look for a yes. If you, they don't speak in no. We only speak in no,
Mhm.
as far as I know. They actually just shut me.
And I have to speak to this just for a second. When I first started channeling, even the automatic writing,
Mhm.
when I would sign off, at the end of it, like a letter, if you will, there were certain beings, ascended masters, that I would sign off. And then as it evolved and the us came through,
Mhm.
um I remember, and I've told a story, I had a mentor and I was so nervous to tell her that I was channeling the us, because people are channeling archangels and all these, I'm channeling whatever. And I was like, I'm channeling the us. I don't know. But what it taught me because I didn't know for years. I just knew they were the us. And it took years before I knew the us stood for United Souls of Heaven and Earth. And then
Mhm.
it took, a long time for us to know who was in the United Souls. And I'm confident that we still don't know the full, we still have all the answers.
Mhm.
And the
I
reason this is important is because it matters to our 3D minds, whether it's a spirit guide or an archangel. I totally get that.
Mhm.
But the us is living proof that it doesn't matter at all, because
It's
we
higher.
don't even know who is in the us.
Wow.
Well, we do now, but when I first started, I certainly didn't. And so, but the messages were no less valuable, beautiful, helpful. So I think I understand it, but I think sometimes we get caught up in there's almost like hierarchies of who's channeling what and who the guides are. And yeah.
I agree. I agree. I completely agree with everything you just said too, because also within this, if this being is talking to her, we're all assigned angels too. So that could
Right.
be the ambiguity you're feeling. Okay, are you my guide or are you my angel? Well, what's the difference, young lady? It's I'm the one who's coming in when you need me at this moment.
Right.
Yeah. And I got to they're showing me something. I actually double check everything with my dad. And my dad's just a dead guy. He was a dead atheist, for goodness sake. So, but he's my daddy. And so I know from my 3D mind, I can trust him. And he's not going to steer me wrong. Nothing evil's going to happen. No one's going to get me because my dad's there. So, but if there is somebody that you trust, possibly your grandmother, because that's what I see in my head, say, Grandma, who is this? And then your grandma will show you a little thing from Touched by an Angel or a little thing with Girl Guides or something like that. And then you're like, oh, guide, oh, angel, boom. There we go.
Right.
You can add, yeah, yeah. And it's not, it's idiot proof. That's, it's idiot proof, really. If I say to them, give it to me like I'm dumb, then I'll be like, okay, great. Well, I'm going to give it to you like you're dumb. Actually, well, I say, give it to me like I'm 5.
Right. Yeah.
Which is really insulting to 5-year-olds, I guess.
Screw it, all the 5-year-olds out there.
It's really subjective in my opinion, so
Right.
yeah, poor little 5-year-old's like, "Wait, give me my dad." Anyway, okay, hello, Sherry. Any chance you can tell me what's going to happen with a certain guy I really like? We really hit it off. Ambiguous, but not ambiguous at all. Okie dokie. I know what I see. I actually see something going around and then right back to it. So, yeah. If you really hit it off and you're wondering if it's actually going to become something, I see it coming full circle. Let me say that. But it doesn't make it looks like a spiral to me. It looks like it looks like the Fibonacci, but the
Fibonacci.
spiral. And this is the weirdest thing because today I picked this up and I thought, what is that? And it says the Fibonacci spiral quotient of love. Oh, I didn't realize
Oh,
quotient of
there you
love.
go.
Well, there you go. So yeah, looks pretty good there, Sherry.
The first thing I heard, Sherry, is no false starts here. No false starts
Yeah.
here. Mhm.
So what you think has begun has begun. Would that make was that is that what
Yeah,
that
it's not like, oh, I really like this person and I think it's gonna, and then it's like,
oh
not a false start. This has got, they're saying, they're saying, they're saying steam in the engines and oil in the pistons. I don't even know if oil goes in the pistons. I don't know anything about that. Steam in the engines and oil in the pistons and all of the gears in gear. I think I don't know why. I'm just a mechanic. I don't know why they're talking like that. That's like automotive mechanic. I don't know why they're talking but it feels, I don't have that crujunkety feeling that I can get when things aren't going to be very, when there's going to be more, feels pretty smooth to me, actually. Does it feel pretty smooth to you,
yeah,
Bobby?
it really does. Actually, it almost feels like a roller coaster, but no, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's just like, woo, yoo-hoo, woohoo, woo. Yeah. And I really think that's the title of your book, that conjunctity feeling. conjunctive feeling.
I like that.
I think that would be a great title of a book for you. That conjunctive feeling. And your publisher will go, what? And then you can just self-publish like I did.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for sure.
well, yeah, the Fibonacci spiral. Isn't that wild?
That's incredible.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, I love sacred geometry. I wish I tell myself I can't fathom it enough because you have the word geometry in there. So
Yeah.
I go to my
Math.
math.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just shapes, Bobby. It's just all good shapes. It's like the
Yeah.
pentagram is sacred geometry.
Right.
Snowflake is sacred geometry. Okie dokie. Dream Studio. I'm in a great place to discover more about my psychic skills. What should I do daily to connect more? Now, Dream Studio, you are the one with the cat. And I got to tell you that a message came in from my son that's at my side here. And he has a cat that was used for babies. For many babies, this poor cat has been through a lot of pregnancies. And they had to get her a slow feeder because she used to eat so fast. Well, he just said they had to get her a slow feeder. So I'm going to assume because I think I remember him telling me this, she would do that. So anyway, just thought I'd tell you that because you're right there. And more about my psychic skills. What should I do to connect more? Meditate.
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 And ground. And ground.
Yeah. Which is kind of the same thing. Yeah. Meditate your way to meditating. Walk in the woods, sit by water, do something where you are shutting off the frontal lobe and going deep into yourself with the intention of moving it up. I also am a whore for the chakras. I truly feel within me, if I did not open my chakras, I could not hear what I hear clearly and concisely. But that is my personal experience. I try to not push my personal experience on folks. What say you, Sue? Oh, I like that. What say you, Sue?
What say you? There's another. I keep seeing literally feet on ground, like outside on ground, sitting on ground, sitting by a tree, hugging tree, talking to tree, holding tree. So I'm feeling a really strong connection to the elemental kingdom here, really strong. And I want to say, as much out in nature as you can be, really talk to the trees and really listen. Really listen. It doesn't matter. Oh, I got goosebumps. It doesn't matter what season. And they're saying, I think this is because I live in Ontario and we're coming upon the dead season, right? It's not ever dead, but right, it's cold. But they're saying, doesn't matter what season, because the breath is still in the air for you to listen to. This is about you beginning to listen. And you do not need to worry that you are going to hear something that you do not want to hear. I'm feeling the elemental kingdom. I can feel the fairies. I can feel the sprites. And that is part of your clan. That's where you're going to find, that's what you need to do. That's where you're going to connect. That's where you're going to have these incredible aha moments where you're going to be like, what? And you're going to want to run home and like write it down or take notes on your phone or something like that. Because you're going to be so jazzed.
Excuse me. I see sticks and stones. I know that sounds funny, but in ancient Egypt, they used sticks and stones for divinatory.
Okay.
Like toss sticks and stones.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this person meditating, and then they look next to them, and there's a pattern of sticks and stones next to them where it's like, holy crap, does that say hi? Like something like that. Or it's like, oh, goodness. Yeah. And when you look at the elementals, to my mind, I have seen the fairies. And I know that sounds crazy, but they were just big thousands of tiny little lights above me with this that ran through my head. It was awesome. I was at a very big, should I do this moment?
Yeah.
But I believe when I have like flies come, I do not swat them.
No.
I actually move out of their way. Sorry, can you guys see? Is that in my house?
Is it a cat?
Yes, it's in your house, isn't
It's
it?
in my house. They've heard my voice and your voice now, and so now they're like, "Oh, I would like to participate in that."
I thought they were in my house. It was so like, I'm like, where's that coming? I have no direction in my hearing. If you see me in a public place and you say, "Hey, Bobby," and I look completely the other direction, it's because I have no idea where sound comes from.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
And I actually think it's because I hear better out of one ear than the other. So
Okay.
it's balanced, so I can hear it
Right.
stronger over here. So I think it's over here. But I don't have a clue. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. If you ever call me in a public place and I don't look at you, I'm not ignoring you. I hear right on the inner ear. But anyway, sorry, that was an aside. Yeah. Meditation. That's it. Meditation. Yeah,
Yep.
meditation that works for you. But yeah,
Yep.
you're very interesting, Dream Studio. You're fun to go into.
We are.
I think that was kind of rich. I got my little friend came to say hi.
Oh,
Pretty
gosh.
kitty cats too. Yeah. Okie dokie. Now, I'm wondering what gifts my grandmother had. I get okay. The minute I read it, I heard something, and the minute I put it up, I hear the exact same thing. I hear alchemy.
Hmm.
Alchemy is so ambiguous to me, but I kind of think it has to do with herbs and spells and putting this element and this element together. Because
Mhm.
when they're even showing me I have a money spell on the wall behind me when I read. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
in my videos, and it's just a macrame thing with cinnamon. Cinnamon is for money. I know. I didn't know that either. Pyrite and other sort of uh,
Yes.
I put the smoky quartz in there to get rid of my money fear, my negative
Mhm.
energy towards money, because I got lots
Mhm.
of that. Gotta let go. Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. The if you have money, you're a bad person thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was taught that. So
Yes.
in there.
Good
Yeah.
people are poor. Of course they are. That's
Yes.
what I was taught. Good people are poor. We're good. We're good. We're good poor people.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, they're just poor. Okay. Now, what did you, okay. Do you have anything about the gifts of grandmother?
It's very interesting. They're telling me that she could splice light. I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
Huh.
Right.
Like almost like almost like I I feel like if she had have been able to, like they're showing me like bending spoons and stuff. You know what I mean? Like she was very I don't know what I don't know if there's a name for that. Like I know it's strong mental psychic acuity where you can actually bend things. Like you can actually well that's is that I mean where you can actually change the physical structure of things, right? With the abilities.
Mhm.
Um yeah, like splicing light though. What do you mean by that? Like it's like she could bend light.
Yeah, I actually hear that because it's the second time when you've said it, I've heard it immediately after. She can make something out of nothing.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
wonder if that alchemy thing is the
That's the
same.
alchemy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got
yeah.
goosebumps up my back. She could bend light. So that's a yeah, she could, is that a phrase you're saying? Yes, yeah. Yeah, so somebody can bend light. They can do anything. She could do yeah.
Yeah, that is somebody who can do anything. And
Yeah.
also, mirrors reflect and bend light. When we refract
Oh, grandma's a mirror.
ourselves. Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. And I think, yeah, I think you're right in that grandma is a mirror as well, and that what Amanda might I honestly think Amanda knows what gifts her grandmother has given to her, and she needs other people to say it to her so she knows it's valid that those are there. And I hope that
Right.
I'm not overstepping my bounds when I say that, Amanda. But that's the feeling I get that, yeah, like when you look in the mirror, all you see is this because you're not standing as tall as you are in the mirror to see your whole face. That's actually the way I see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And mwah, I love you.
Yeah. Thanks, Amanda. It's nice to see you again.
We support you in your journey to crazy. It's a crazy town. I love crazy town. Yeah, it is us apparently.
It's fun.
It's a great place to be. Yeah, but there's always jugglers. Yeah. Put this one up because it's Heidi Bell.
Thank you, Heidi Bell. Love to you
Love
so
the back,
much.
Heidi Bell, you little cutie patootie. Okie dokie. Okay. Oh my gosh. We have 11 more minutes. Okay. Like two new sub the lady. I just DM what I just sent her, finding it attractive.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Two new.
I
Okay.
so like to.
Like two new sub the lady. I just DM like I just sent her, finding it attractive. I'm not sure what that means. Do you mind rewriting that differently? It would be groovy because I don't want to leave you out because I don't understand. Do
No,
you understand?
I just feel like I feel gratitude when I read it. So I want to say thank you, but I don't want to miss something. So yeah, if there's a way to rephrase that, that would be wonderful.
I'd be smashing. Okay, and we got a confirmation from Carrie. While we were telling her that, she was on her PEMF mat on a silk pillowcase.
Oh, the silk, the silk, the silk. That's
Which
wonderful.
yeah, that's
Very
funny.
cool.
Okie dokie. Do we see a move in Nikki's future? Okay, I actually heard in my head, well, of course we do. You're not going to be stagnant forever. That's actually what I heard. But I do see for sale sign as well. But there might be some time. Sue?
Well, that's interesting because immediately the first thing I saw were dice being thrown. And I saw 2 show up on the one dice, but I can't see the other one. So there's something really unknown here, I think. Like I understand it's but there's a piece of the equation that hasn't completely revealed itself. Like I can't see the full.
Yeah, because with my house, every now and again I hear 3 more years in my brain. And I think, oh, I'm going to live here for 3 more years. Because
Okay.
I would love for this to be my forever house, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't either.
A house waiting for me. Yeah, because I can't see the ocean where I am. I
Yeah.
wanna.
Yeah, you need to be right
An island. I want to see the ocean. It's just
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So there's something like that with you, Nikki. And yes, I think it's Nikki. Yeah. And I don't see you alone in this. A house move in the future. I see a we move, not a me move. Does that make sense? Do you see more than one person, Sue, with this?
It doesn't feel solitary.
No, it does not feel solitary. No.
Mm-mm.
But when you say 2, my brain goes to February.
Oh, maybe. But there's something that hasn't come into the viewfinder yet. It just hasn't made it's like just out. It's like literally just out here, outside of the field of focus, just a little bit, and it's got to come in. And that, whatever that is, and it's completely unseen to me. And I think sometimes things are meant to be unseen because you have to uncover them, Nikki. The individual has to uncover them themselves. That has to happen. And once that occurs, then it'll be like, oh, and then it'll kind of be like chunk, chunk, chunk,
I see it like a baby, but it doesn't have to be a baby. A baby just is a new plan, a new life, a new something.
Yeah.
Or a new lease on life. Like this could be seen as a baby.
Exactly. So, absolutely.
Yes, because he is a baby. Trust me.
He is a baby. He's a little baby.
He actually is a baby because he was just born in June. So he is.
He really is.
Yeah, he really is. He'll be a baby till December. Yeah. So yeah, hope that helps, Nikki. Okie dokie. This is Connie. Connie is a practitioner. Sorry, Cornelia. My apologies, Cornelia. I know her as Connie as a friend. She is a practitioner who is actually from Ontario.
Ooh.
A lot. So that actually we could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Connie is the loveliest one you ever did meet. She also took Doreen Bridges' angel card reading, and she said just blah. So she
Just
knows.
blah. I'm glad you remember that. Yeah, it's stuck with me all these years later, and I've used it a lot.
Did you meet actually her?
I never met her in person. No, it was all online training.
I still use her meditations. I've
Uh,
actually gone back to her meditations because right now I'm in a transition again. I go through
okay.
transitions with my psychic energy, and I'm
Okay.
in them. So they keep I'm it because that's who I started with was Doreen Virtue. Her chakra clearing, her manifestations with the
Yeah,
angels,
with the
her
angels.
yeah,
Yeah.
the other yeah, I yeah.
Those were beautiful. Oh, they still are. I mean, they were just
They still
when
are,
I
they're
was
still
learning, they
worth
were beautiful meditations.
yeah, and they're on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm a YouTube whore, so I use YouTube.
Thank you, because a lot of her stuff was stripped offline completely. It became very, very difficult to access and to find. I think she
Yeah,
preferred it not be,
yeah.
um,
She professes to not be one of us anymore, but she
yeah,
absolutely whether she likes it or not.
it's interesting. We channeled years ago about, the guys were talking about, I was channeling, I don't think it was the us, but I was in a group we were channeling, and they talked about, we were asking questions like, what happened? And it's interesting. So she's if you look at one of the Michael teachings, which is a form of teaching, and they have an archetype, a personality archetype framework. And so she is a priest essence. Because, and when you're a priest essence, you have a mandate that you have come to, like, spread the word, whatever that word is, right? You're here to change the world.
Yeah.
So that's her mandate. But what happened is that and when you're a priest essence, you have more portals open to spirit than any of the other archetypal personality types.
Mhm.
So she was so open. I mean, the angels and archangels and ascended masters book. I mean, she talked to how many ascended masters, but she
Mhm.
was so open that it her energy system kind of almost rose so much that it was like she lost her grounding to some degree,
Mhm.
and then a little bit got caught up back up into some of the what I would call the 3D framework of belief systems.
Right?
Nothing wrong with that, but it's like, Doreen, you can access all the ascended masters,
Yeah.
so and she sort of just wanted, and she's just focused again on one. So no criticism, it's her journey, but it's interesting what can happen. It's an example of what can happen when we're moving through our spiritual journey and we get a little bit out of balance. Like
Yeah.
Doreen Virtue's a perfect example.
Yeah, she is absolutely a
Mhm.
perfect example of how you always have to keep yourself rooted constantly. And I think that's
Constant.
why I'm revisiting her. I'm rerouting myself.
I love that.
Yeah, because I was and then point where it's like I can't relate to anybody. I can't even have conversations right now. It's really hard. I'm just pretending constantly. So I have
Ah,
to reroute and then come back. And yeah, because yeah, when you're constantly there, it's so hard to come back here. It's
and
so serious.
we're here to have the earthly experience, right? I remember listening to Ram Dass, and I think he had a stroke. And in that, he said that was my lesson, because he spent so much time in alternate states, and
Mhm.
that was his lesson, to be reminded that you still got to be physically focused. He had to retrain
Yeah,
himself, and
there's a
that was
reason
part of the
for
lesson.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
If you're supposed to completely ascend, they'll kill you.
yeah. They will.
Yeah. So otherwise, yeah, you're alive. You got to keep on working.
Yeah, you do.
Okie dokie. Okay. Haley has another question, and I don't mean it. I did say another like that. I did not mean it like that, but it just came out like that, and I apologize. Um, okie dokie. She just what I think this is a quick yes or no. Thank you so much for answering my previous questions. Last one. My stepdad is newly single. Will he eventually find his person since my mom has passed? Not yet. Yeah. And he doesn't need to. That's what I hear. He actually get him a dog. It's like this might be his time to be by himself a little bit. Yeah, because I'm seeing somebody whose wife has passed, and he and I spoke yesterday, and he would love to have her back, but otherwise he just wants to be alone. That's what he said to me. So, what do you think, Sue?
I feel like I feel like your dad has a big heart, and I feel like he's gonna have a lot of friends, like a lot of friendships, he's gonna have an opportunity to foster more friendships as opposed to like a one person, like a romantic one person. And I feel like I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but I feel like in time, it's going to allow his heart to have the reciprocity that, because he's like that big heartedness is going to be
Yeah,
able
I
to,
agree. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I actually even hear he could actually really benefit from a men's group.
I could totally see that. I could totally see that. Yes.
Yeah, because I remember actually being in the mill in Comox once, and there was a big table of men of a certain age all together. And I was with a man of that same age, and I could tell he super wanted to join that group, but he didn't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, go sit with them. They won't know. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Proud a little bit.
You
Yeah.
know,
So
I think it's maybe another indication of bringing Travis on at some point and talking about men and men, whether they're younger men or older men, or I think he'd just be the guy for the resources to help.
I agree completely. In fact, I
Yeah.
have to find Travis and say, do you want to come on my psychic live so you can tell everyone what you do so
Yeah.
that men know where to get you, where to find you,
Where to get you? Where
get
to
you.
get you?
They're gonna
Yeah.
get you. Okie dokie. Now, yes, I am not going to kill your name, but yes, we did. We answered it. You might want to go back in the story, is what I have in my head. The video. See? Oh, so a day of readings and then 2 hour live, and
Yes. You're
yeah,
starting to, yeah.
no, and no longer do I have my right brain. I my left one. I don't know. Yes, we were correct with Amanda's grandmother was labeled a witch.
Ah.
Yeah, labeled a witch as per family stories. So, and
Okay.
he is the only one that actually. So, yeah, I think Grandma's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so too.
okay, we kind of have to answer this one. Oh, I think it's the last question. Other than, okay, oh, Cornelia was born and raised in Vancouver, Burnaby. What kind of friend am I? I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, this one right here. Heidi Bell. Can you please let me know which loving being is messing with my lights and moving things in my house? You want to go first?
No, I'm going to leave this with you because I'm too close to this situation right now.
Ah, okie dokie. So immediately I see your son. And I don't know if they're trying to get a hold of him or if it has a direct connection to him in some kind of way. But I actually think you know who it is. And it is who you think it
Yeah.
is. Speak directly to them if it's bothering you, or tell them to do it in a different way, or do what my daughter did. That's actually what I'm hearing. I told my daughter, my father used to leave pennies all the time because he died when dead people left pennies, and he continued to leave pennies. And then my daughter said, inflation, Grandpa, you died a long time ago. Let's have some toonies. And now she gets toonies every now and again. So that is actually what I'm hearing is you direct it and then you know for sure it's them. Sue, are you too close to this?
Well, I'll tell you. So earlier, I think that this is an uncle, and I think that the uncle has come to have conversations with Heidi's son. I think he's come because of the son. I think he's trying to direct influence. He's trying to do this a little bit. So yeah.
He's at that pinnacle age.
He is so, and the uncle can see that it's important to generationally support the family.
Yes, and if your son is receiving communication in some sort of way in the back of his van, because that's what I am seeing him in the back of his van going or something. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's something
Interesting.
going on, and I'm seeing the back of the van. Because at first I thought, "Do they want him to be a paramedic?" Because I saw him in the back of a van.
Oh,
So,
right.
paramedics are the only people I know who travel in the backs of vans.
Right.
And gangs of bad people, I guess,
I was
travel.
gonna say, and the ones in the 80s that used to sell the speakers out of the back of vans, those are the only occupations I know.
Maybe an Ontario thing.
That was totally an Ontario thing.
Like an Ontario thing. Um, anyway, yeah, that's what that I said. So he might be receiving something in the back of the van. And I don't know
Mhm,
if it's actually equipment going missing or being put into different places than he is expecting. Yeah, there's
mhm,
something. Yeah. And not to take himself too seriously. And it has to do with his age. He's at that pinnacle age. There's a pinnacle age for boys between 16 and 23. They get their ramp up their psychic energy, and a lot of them are not prepared for it. And the really, really sensitive ones, it's hard.
mhm.
Really, really, really hard. Luckily, this dude has you, Heidi, and
That's
us,
right. That's right.
us, and the us. So he's
And
yeah,
us.
he
Yeah.
can run, but he can't hide. He
So
actually said
true.
that. Good. Okay, now, young lady, it's 2:04. Do you want to say anything to Heidi before we go?
Well, I love you, Heidi. We love you so much, and thank you for joining us on the chat tonight.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so all right. Okay, Sue, my friend. Sue, you.
Yes,
Okay, this will not be the last time that we do this together, right?
absolutely not. You just invite me any old time, and I will be so happy to come on and hang out and answer questions and have some fun.
Yes. And you guys, if you think, oh, Bobby, it's time for Sue, because wow, do I ever hear that in my head? Holy Hannah. Yeah, when it's time for Sue, you guys tell me, or I will just know it's time for Sue. Okay, please stop that. Thank you. Do you ever get that?
Oh,
Oh, somebody just popped on.
oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime. I love to come and spend time with you, Bobby. It's such a blast. So thank you.
We did have a lot of fun. And
We
Cindy,
did.
we are just closing off. Do you want to quickly see if there's anything for Cindy? Okay, yeah.
Well,
Just
for Cindy,
yes, this young lady Cindy just popped on. And I see something immediately with you. But it's not usually my thing, but I see a teddy bear. A teddy bear to me usually that's a child baby thing. That's what that usually means, and it's an immediate thing, child's baby.
so the first thing that I saw was that you've been carrying an umbrella. Again, I'm a channel for the United Souls of Heaven and Earth. They speak in metaphors often, that more often than not.
Mhm.
But they're showing me that you've been walking along carrying an umbrella because where you've been walking, it's just been raining. So that, I mean, literally, I know it rains a lot if you're in Vancouver, but metaphorically, rain can often symbolize, you're kind of, it's like, oh, the rain. But I feel like you've just taken a step and literally the rain stops and it's beautiful sun. And so I wonder if that's correlated to the teddy bear, but it feels, I have goosebumps as I'm saying it. It's time for you to put the umbrella down and you can put it away and walk in the sunshine. And that is a metaphor for a brighter, lighter experience all around in the days of life that you experience. Like it's like I just want to go. So
Yeah,
that's
I didn't need that anyway. Yes, Cindy, we are speaking with you. Yeah. And yeah, because yeah, okie dokie. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I actually even see it as though when you are under an umbrella and then you realize, oh my gosh, it stopped raining. And all I've been doing is creating more darkness over my head.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I am seeing, and I don't know. Yeah, I can't stop seeing the teddy bear. I don't know if somebody in your family is going to be bringing a new baby into the family, or if you're going to be bringing a new baby into the family. But there, or that if I want to say that it could even be just something new into your life.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
are specifically using a teddy bear. So that almost always teddy bear and a blanket on a clothesline. That means baby. If I see a woman
Okay.
pregnant, it means big idea. Did you
Ah,
know
interesting,
that? Isn't that
interesting.
strange? It's very strange. Um,
And
ah,
I just I keep seeing it's almost like a theatrical, it's almost like on stage where they've created the rain in a certain part of the stage for dramatic effect, and then this part of the stage there's nothing, so you can really see the contrast.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just had a new grandchild.
Oh, there you go. There's the baby.
Yeah, it's and I hear new lease on life. So and I think grandparenting is way better than parenting. No, parenting's wonderful. Parenting is absolutely wonderful, but it is exhausting. And if you want to do it right, you got to do it constantly. If you're a grandparent, you get to spoil and be a poopy face. You get to take things to do, you get to ply them with sugar. You get to do all the things that you hope people didn't do with your kids. That's actually what I heard.
So
So
true.
my feeling is that the baby's far away, though. I'm not sure if the baby is right beneath you, right around you. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't matter either way. That's actually what I hear. It doesn't matter either way. You're mobile.
Mhm.
Yeah. And yeah, they want you. Yeah. Then you might worry a little bit too much. And if you're wondering who is with you, I actually think the person who was holding the baby before you guys got the baby is with you. And I would actually just assume that's your grandma. And if it's not your grandma, it might be the baby's great grandma. Well, your grandma would be the baby's great great grandma. Then it might be your mother. Yeah. It's a woman and she's buxom. And I don't know if that actually means her personality or her body, but buxom meaning boobies, hips. Sorry. That's buxom to me.
Buxom.
Voluptuous is different.
Great old word. I haven't, it doesn't get used near enough.
It doesn't. Buxom trollop doesn't get used near enough
No,
either.
trollop does not get used near enough at all.
Yeah. As a self-proclaimed trollop, I know.
A buxom trollop at that?
Yeah. It is your mom, and he's not close, is he? I didn't think so. I actually kind of feel that you are in BC and he's in Ontario, or it's that far apart. Yeah, but they tell me no worries because they show how far away my mother is and how easy it would be for my mother to constantly communicate with my kids because they are big communicators. Do you see anything different, or yeah?
I do not. I do not. I simply see the stage with the rain and the not rain and the very different chapter of life that you are just walking into.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
It's an exciting time, but I don't know if yeah, you might not see it as exciting, but I'm hearing that it's opportunity time. Yeah, time to
mhm.
rewrite your script a little bit. That's a
So
hard
yeah,
thing to do. It's
it
hard to
is.
stop living your life a certain way and to start living it. I'm in that transition right now. I'm in a transition where I'm actually thinking about money completely differently. Yeah, I told the universe I wanted to be balanced. I kept saying, I want to be balanced. I want to be balanced. I want to be balanced. And then I came to find that my debt and my have were equal. And I said, oh crap. I don't want to be balanced. I don't want to be balanced. I want abundance. I'm at abundance. Yeah, yeah. Because okay, so my mom is passed. Sorry, Cindy. When we have babies inside of our bellies, we have the physical body. The soul is with those on the other side. They hold that baby and get them all ready for the people they're going to have to deal with. I can't. I'm surprised I said it like that. The people they have to deal with. I think your mom knew your grandchild before you got to meet your
Right,
grandchild.
right.
Yeah, yeah. And there's like a mark on that child. There's like a kiss from your mother. And I'm not sure what it is. There's a thing in my family, they call it the baker neck, where you have a red blot right here. And when new babies are born, everyone checks to the back of the neck, see if it is baker neck. There's something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sue. I had so much fun with
Thank
you.
you, Bobby, as did I.
Again, this was fun, fun, fun. I
So
plan
fun.
to be here next Saturday, which is November 1st.
November 1st.
Exciting. When
Very
everything gets put to bed, the end of Samhain, moving into, I actually think Samhain runs till November 7th. I do. I think it's 5 weeks. I think this whole 4-week thing is for the birds. It's not real. It's not real. I think things run in 5 to 6 weeks intervals. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the seasons like that. Yeah. Anyway, so November 1st next week. Who knows? Maybe I'll grab Sue by the nostrils and bring her with me.
Drag me along again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful week until we meet again.
Where did they find you? You should tell them where they find you.
I should tell you where you can find me. I can be found lurking at loveelemental.com. www.loveelemental.com is our website. We are on Facebook as Love Elemental. We are on YouTube as Love Elemental. We are on TikTok, I think, as Love Elemental 88. We're on Instagram. So look up Love Elemental and you will find myself. You will find videos of the United Souls of Heaven and Earth. And, I do individual readings. We do groups. We do all kinds of things. We do, we have a beautiful mentorship program that we do with United Souls that we've put together, a signature program. So everything is online. There's lots of information on the website. So feel free to go there. And if you have any questions, then just shoot a message and we'll get back to whoever right away.
Awesome. Now, I put down Love Elemental because it was the quickest thing I could get out there.
Thank you.
You want to put the actual link?
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, then they can actually just.
So you're going to have to, I'm pretty new at this. So where do I put that in? In the private chat part? No.
Right in the chat, I was able to actually write something.
Why can't I do that? I wonder.
Oh, maybe it's just I can do that.
Because I think you're the one in charge, maybe?
I am.
I wonder if let's try this.
Okay. Okie dokie. Command C. Look at me. It's almost like I was born in the 80s, not the 70s.
You said that you were born in the year of the boar?
Yes.
As was I.
Because we're both 71s, aren't we?
We're both 71s. I forgot you're 71. That is so fortuitous to be born in under the boar.
It is. It is absolutely fortuitous. I didn't think it was when I was a kid. No. I was like, pig?
I know I'm a pig.
That sucks. Yeah.
But
Freya rides a boar.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wonderful. So they didn't let me keep that up there. I will make sure. Oh! I clicked your link and went on your website. That's what I did. I didn't mean to.
Oh, did you? Oh, wonderful.
Okay. I will figure out a way. Yeah, there. No, Studio Restream. No, that's different. I'll figure out a way to put your website on there so that everyone can see it in the comments. So
Thank you.
Because not everyone who is watching this video is watching it live.
Right, of course.
So it'll still be available.
Right, of course.
Right,
well, I am also another year of the pig. Fellow pig.
The piggies here. Piggy. Sorry. Drag Race season 17. Anyway. It was a thing. Anywho. All right. Thank you so much, Sue.
Thank you.
Everyone who came to the stream. We will be back next Saturday. Maybe you will too.
Maybe. Lots of love. Bye-bye.